Welcome, everybody. We have another fantastic races set up for you today. We have the Gt4 doubleheader, round 5 at Donington Park for the 2021 Fall Championship. This is going to be a very, very hyped up race as we have a new contender in solo team. That's going to be Travis Valdez, who has been sitting in P2 through practice, as well as splitting those Area 52 drivers, Denny Baisden and David Carter, as one of the one of the drivers for the Naps team has to sit out on a quali ban for both races. So that's unfortunate for him for what happened a couple weeks ago at Olton Park. So we're just winding down from free practice, and we're about to start this now. The quali is about to start. I have M. Morrison with me, commentating on the second, or colors, as you like to say, and myself, J. Alvarez here. Morrison, what do you think is going to happen through this quali?
I think it's going to be fast. It's going to be quick. Just based off the practice times, looks like these guys are putting in some really, really fast laps. We'll see what happens. Obviously, the Area 52 guys, they're always fast no matter where they go, and look for some of the other guys to jump in here and be just as fast.
Okay, and as they go out on the out lap, we have Danny Basin in front. I'm going to do a inside the cam here, and we'll get a good look at where he's going to go. We're going through the curves now. Morrison, you want to take over?
Yeah. So he's going up through Craner curves, coming just past the old hairpin. He's going to take a left-hander up onto Starkey's Bridge, which there used to be a bridge there. However, it's not there anymore. Up to turn 7, which is McClynn's, which is going through right now. It's a right-hander. Up to Copies, which is turn number 8, it's a right-hander. It's kind of a double apex corner. You hit the first apex, kind of let it slide out, and then onto the back stretch, which is Starkey Straight. There's the old hanger on the left side of the track. Coming up down at the end of the Starkey Straight, we have the S's. It's a quick little left, right. Look for Chrono to take out the tires there eventually. Coming up into, as he always does, coming up into one of the tightest, slowest corners on the track, Melbourne hairpin, turn number 10, the right-hander. As soon as you take that, you're going to feel like you're going to go up some gears, but then you're going to get hard on the brakes again for the final corner. It's a left-hander, turn number 11, Goddard's. Just on the exit of Goddard's, you have the pit entry on the left-hand side of the track. And then you're onto the front stretch again, which is Wheatcroft Straight. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And then into turn 1, Redgate, and then you're back onto Craner curves.
And there you have it. We have a lot of drivers slowing down as we're about to start the Flyers. Danny Basin and Josh Willis came out in front for that. Who came in right behind them, though? Car number 77. That's going to be Travis Valdez, also trying to get some good air there. And then we have behind him in car number 67, Jay Bravo, and that is of the Tocos Locos team. And, you know, that's one of the things they like to do there in the Tocos Locos team is try to get ahead of everybody, get some good, clean laps in. I don't blame them. I mean, who wants to sit in traffic when you can try to get ahead?
Yeah, traffic is no fun. It gets dirty air. Car seems to not really want to handle the way it does. There's no downforce on it, no clean air. So, yeah, it's a good idea for those guys to get out there. Interesting to see how the BMW does at this track. Obviously, the Naps team's always fast, so I expect them to be up there. But it's, hopefully Tacos Locos, they can get up there well and get those BMWs around this track pretty fast.
And as we're going through that Melbourne's hairpin, we're going to be seeing the times come up very shortly. So stay in tune for that. We have Mesa sitting out on a quali ban for both races through this doubleheader. And then we have Joseph Kostovich in that KTM who actually showed up. It's a great job for him. It's going to be exciting to see that KTM where it stands on this track. He is a very fast-paced driver. And there you have it. Starting us out, we have Danny Basin with a 134.5. Wow. Josh Wilson with a 135.5. They are a full second off. We have Jose Bravo with a 137. Provolone comes in with a 136.7. Diego Masachero with a 135.9. And Ali Raza with a 136.2. It looks like most of these drivers here are going to be fighting for that 135 spot. Now we have oh, look at that. Joseph Kostovich with the 135.6 in that KTM. That's 949 sim racing for you there, folks.
I'm not
Oh,
surprised at all.
not surprised at all, but there's Andreas Masatero splitting for his brother there. That's a 135.3. They're only 4/10 off of each other. That is some insane DNA in that in those siblings there. We have Andrew Pickerel with a 136.4, Jed Engelman with a 136.8, Wassam with a 136.9, Reggie King with a 137, Snyder with a 138. We have David Carter of the Area 52 team. He's sitting at a 138.4, only improving about 3 tenths now. And as Danny Basin goes through that final corner, he's up 3 tenths off of his time. He's going to improve even more so. He's losing a little bit through that corner, though. Pulls off an even more impressive lap. That's a 134.3 out of that driver. And then here we are with Diego Masachero getting even more speed right now. He's 3 tenths up off his time. He's going to improve. He goes P5.
Went 135.3 for third place overall so far.
Joseph Kostovich in that KTM improves upon his time. He goes P2. Look at that. 135.2. Wow, that is a impressive driver. And this is the first time we were able to get his livery put on board. And there you can see it, the 949 Sim Racing. My gosh. Oh, his David Carter of Area 52 beats out Joseph Kostovich with just nearly 2 tenths off that time. That is mighty impressive. I'm going to try to see if we can't go on board with any driver that's really improving upon their times. We have Kostovich is improving. We have Carter improving. Basin's on another invalid lap. We have
Riley 2 tenths up, almost 3 tenths.
Where's Manier? I don't.
He's currently 9th overall.
Oh, there he is. And this is where it really matters here. This car can't eat a lot of curb, so it'll be interesting if he can even, pull off anything more than this. This is a curb-heavy track where eating them could save you time. But he's already 3 tenths off his previous time. He's going to actually drop into the 134s with this time that he's pushing on right now. It's mighty impressive. He's right behind that, I think that's Riley Manier. As Riley Manier goes across, he's 6th fastest with a 135.4. And Kostovich still holding P3, does not improve enough. He's actually got the same exact time as David Carter with a 135.052. Wow. That just goes to show you that a KTM can match a Camaro on this track. Pound for pound. I am not seeing anything. We have 2 minutes. Oh, he goes and takes out those bollards. That was Chrono's job.
Chrono's going to be upset about that.
We have Mo Vassell of the Third Eye team going through the Goddards there. And he's improving upon his time by over 1.5 seconds. Let's see where he comes up. He's in P18 right now. Going across the line. He jumps to P14. Some great driving by that driver for the Third Eye team. And you have Reggie King of RHD Racing in that Ginetta.
Good to see Mo Vassell out this week, too. He hasn't been here in a couple weeks, so it's good to see him back out here.
And a lot of these drivers are all on invalid laps from P1 to P6 minus Kostovich, but he's already a second off of his Delta positive, so that's not going to serve him. And it looks like Josh Willis is returning to the pit lane. He will not have an attempt. Reggie King crosses the line. He goes P13.
It's like Jay Provolone's on a pretty good lap here. He's losing some time on Goddard's, but he was about 6/10 up before that. It's coming back up now. Across the line. Improves to 13th overall. Good run for him.
That's a very good run. And I'm trying to take a look here and see where we're at on improvement. And I'm not really seeing anything. We have David Carter. He was fastest through Sector 1, and he's losing a little. Oh, he's roughly on the same pace for Sector 2. And he just lost over a full 10th, now almost 2/10 going through Sector 2. It's great to get some practice and really see where the car is going to be strongest on this track, but he's no longer biting for pole, as he is going to need to improve a full second to oh, and he's already on an invalid lap. So the only driver now is Andreas Masachero, who goes across the line. Still holding P4. And that's gonna be it, everybody. We are gonna be
watching Professor Kornitis here. He's on about 2/10 up on his lap. He's hitting 16th overall. I know he wants to improve on that. He's coming up to Goddard's right now. Ooh, got through there pretty good. Oh, lost a little time on the exit.
Oh, it goes P14.
Nice.
There you have it. We have Danny Baisden in P1, David Carter P2, Joseph Kosovich in P3, Andreas Masachero 4, Travis Valdez 5th, Riley Manier 6, Josh Willis 7, Diego Masachero an 8, Ali Raza 9, Pickrell 10, Engelman 11, Wassam 12, Provolone 13, Chronotis 14, King 15, Vassal 16, Miller 17, Snyder 18, Bravo 19, Beachley 20, Barrera 21, Roscoe 22, and Mesa, who is serving a quali ban, is in dead last. You know, honestly, now that we're in picture-in-picture, we should probably see where Mesa's gonna shape up in this this race. I bet if you're following him, we're gonna see him blast through the pack.
Oh, Mike Burkhoff, late arrival, has a whole ways right in the back. But yeah, we'll see what Mesa can do. Obviously, I know he's pretty quick, so we'll hopefully he can keep composure in this race. And as Ray also joined.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So we're going to be seeing 4 drivers, as somebody else just joined. Which driver is that? Cardinal? Is that Kakassian? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So we're going to have, I'm just going to say it off the bat, we're going to have Ray Frias, Mike Burkhoff, and Allard Mesa of the Naps team. These 3 drivers, separate teams, are going to be pushing through this pack. I know where their pace is at, and I know Mike Burkhoff's the top 10 driver, as Ray is also a very strong contender for the midfield. So be really excited about that. Here we have one of the Tocos Locos drivers as we go on to the win, Ginietta, and that is going to be Reggie King. I think that's it's Jay Beachley. I'm just going to go with Jay Beachley. I'm not entirely sure what his last name is there, or first name. And they have a really good livery here. I like this one. It's the Rich Energy Racing, totally legit racing team.
Totally legit racing, yeah. It's a great livery.
Overall.
It's legit, too.
And what is that on his helmet? That is the Italian flag there? Then you got the Romulus, Miller, and Jet, the Flying Lizards. And then another win. And we have Mo Vassal, car number 49. And car number 42, Professor Chronotis. Jason Provolone and the TWP Alpha team. And I believe that's Jet Engelman in this car. And Constable Cody Wassam in the Greendale Community College team. Ollie Raza in the TWP Racing. And then Andrew Pickerel. This is a very exciting front row. We have both the Area 52s. And look at this livery. We're still loading in. There's a couple of drivers that are popping in before this race starts. But take a look at these Camaros, as well as this KTM. What did we call it last in Olin Park? I think Whelp Cakes called it a lawnmower with a a souped-up engine on it.
The Mario go-kart's really what it comes down to.
You are
That's
right.
what Kovacevic calls it. Because I got my Mario Kart ready to go for this weekend, so clearly he's got it souped up. So must have been doing some practice on Peach Palace or something, getting it figured out.
And I think the exciting thing here is we have Santiago Orozco. He's going to be having to hold off Ellard Mesa, Mike Burkhoff, Erica Cassian, and Ray Frias. Ray Frias starting it from the pit lane. And
well, Jay, we're getting ready for another GT4 race. Who is your pick to win?
Oh, it's Danny Baston. There's hands doubt. No hands. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that while this track is going to perform for them being able to eat those curbs, they're just in the number 1 and 2 spot. David Carter, if they truly wanted to go with team orders and just getting points for the team championship, he could pull back that KTM away from Danny and let him get some free air, as there's no mandatory pit stops on this race.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say Travis Valdez gets it done here today. He's a super fast driver. No matter what car he hops into, he's been lying all this week saying he hasn't been practicing for this, but clearly his time says otherwise. So I look for him to mix it up and get involved here and hopefully come up with a W today.
I will agree that the only way we are going to be seeing a race win that doesn't want to the Area 52 is if these drivers unfortunately get taken out in some chicane-like incident, possibly a hairpin. I don't see it any other way. That KTM is going to be holding back Andreas unless he's able to sneak by on the first lap. And you got to remember, he's starting from the inside corner as they are lining up to this grid. And that inside corner is going to be all of what he's going to need.
Yeah, turn 1 is very tricky. It's a tight apex. It's like a tight entry and then kind of like a loose exit, but you have to slow down more than you think you do. It's kind of a quick corner, slow down that much, but you really do. And I believe we're coming ready to green.
And there you have it. Going to be switching over to the Helo cam to take a look at these drivers. And safely, those two Area 52s go through that. Oh, look it. There's a tap already with Josh Willis and Riley Manier already dropping back a couple places as Travis goes ahead of Andreas Massacerdo for P4, already switching up the lineup. Now the Naps team and the Massacerdos both take 5 and 6. You totally knew that was going to happen. Oh, no, and is there another incident on track? I think we're still green here.
Yeah, there's no. I'm watching Mesa here in the back. I don't see any more incidents happening. One of the Tacos Locos cars took a little bit too close of an entry on the old hairpin, but they're okay. They're still going. I think it was I don't know who that was. Oh, there's a car off. Oh, ooh. Who was that? Was that Jay Provolone, I do believe?
Car number 82 was involved in his own incident, and that looks to be Jason Provolone, who may or may not had some issues with another driver, but no other drivers were collected in that incident. As we do have the starting, Wassam and car number 82 of Jason Provolone did make contact with each other, as well as Jet Engelman in car number 27. And car number 27 is Riley Minier.
It's a very unfortunate start for Riley Minier. He had a tough weekend at Laguna last 2 weeks ago at the Gt3 race, so he was really looking for a good race today.
And we could,
Eric in the back there. Yeah, it's like Eric came off the final corner, Mr. Trackalicious himself, and got into the inside front wall.
That is highly unfortunate. You could see Travis Valdez there is really attacking this KTM. He's back on that. But what we're seeing here now on screen is Travis Valdez, while he's attacking this KTM, those two Naps drivers coming together. They're brothers, by the way. If anyone doesn't know, Andreas and Diego Mazzucchetto, those BMWs like to bully, and bully they might as they get closer and closer to Valdez here. Going through the S's, everybody's been clean so far. We've had a few incidences where at the curves, the first corner, and then the copies.
Yes, and then
Ooh!
Clevens before that. This one.
Look at that! Andreas Mazzucchetto slides in on the inside, and he is wheel to wheel. They bump a little bit. But is Travis going to be able to hold the inside and take it back? Looks like he's able to. There's still neck and neck. Oh, he gets ahead of him. Just Fetty. Daniel Basin is in the lead right now with a 1.3 second gap from his teammate. And we have Andreas Mazzucchetto attacking Travis Valdez.
And then the third Naps car, Mesa, who started out the back, he's already up to 13th.
There you have it. That's not driver of the day. I don't know what is. Mike Burkhoff is in P17, also starting from the back of the track. So as you're watching the main screen, picture-in-picture showing a couple of those drivers from the backfield.
There's a hornet's nest here going on for 20th place between Beachley, Vassal, and Wassam. They're going at it really half a second just divides all of them.
You can clearly see that BMW is catching Travis on that, the Aston Martin on the straight there. And now he's going to have two of those brothers almost squeeze him. It looks like he was trying to... Not sure if he should give him enough room there. They bumped a little bit, but... They bump before. He's losing position. He might lose both of these to the drivers. Car number 14 could slow him a bit so his brother could get by, but it's not what he does. There's no team orders there for that. I think they're going to just legit push through, and there you have it. He's got the inside. Oh, no. Car number 84, Diego, is still not sure if he can maintain his line. Yeah, as he goes right behind him. And I don't know if that's the smartest of moves, eating a little bit of grass. It kind of cuts into your times. Where would you rate on that, Morrison?
Grass is typically not faster than asphalt. Usually this track here, the curbs are really flat here, so you can take a lot of the curb on the entry and the exit. Also, you can cut in the apex quite a bit. But from my experience, when you get 2 wheels off the track, if you're not going straight, it's gonna upset the car dramatically, and it could cause a spin, or it could cause you to lose control and slam into someone else. So I would definitely say keeping all 4 tires on the black is where you'd want to be.
Yeah, and as you were mentioning that, we have another contact with Josh Willis and Andrew Pickrell. Riley Manier went up on the inside as Ali Raza was trying to have a go at Andrew Pickrell through the S's. Not only did Riley exit faster than both of them, he pushed in on that inside corner going through the hairpin and was able to stick it. That is some solid driving from Riley Manier, as we have a little train forming with these 4 drivers. And what's going on with picture in picture? Is that Ellard Mesa?
Yeah, I'm watching Mesa. He's been working his way through the field. He's up to 11th now, so he's 1 spot out of the top 10, and he's closing in on Josh pretty quick, because Josh's face is battling a couple guys in front of him, so it's gonna allow Mesa to close in. Miller and Reggie King are going side by side up here into McLevin's. Looks like Miller's gonna get the advantage there. Further back, looks like
Wow.
Bravo's gonna make a run on Burkhoff.
Somebody hit the that sign on the corner. It's right in the dirt. Who could have been? Oh, it's Diego Masachero through the S's. He actually pulls ahead of Travis Valdez. I haven't seen that before. He cut in on the inside while Valdez was still going for that corner. I don't know if Travis lifted off, but he allowed Diego to pull off P5. As we have Riley Manier also going to try to have a go at Travis Valdez. He's lost a couple positions so far. And, you can't really blame him. He's never faced the Naps team before. He doesn't know how these guys come at it.
Yeah, Valdez here. Valdez is a pretty aggressive driver on his own, but he's not I wouldn't say not nearly as aggressive as the entire Naps team. So yeah, obviously never racing in this series or in this season so far. He's got he's new blood, and these Naps guys are taking full advantage of him right now.
And now the real race is for... Whoa! Oh, no. There's some damage as Diego Masachero goes off through that corner. He's going to be dropping down. Now he's behind Andrew Pickrell as Riley Manier takes P5. Oh, and then there's Andrew Pickrell going in back at it. Josh Willis trying to have a go at Ali Raza. Travis Valdez definitely doesn't like what just happened to him, as he is now on the outside through this. Oh, as Andrew Pickrell goes wide, all 4 drivers are going to pass him. Oh my gosh, is that Mesa? Mesa now back in the points with P10. That is a lot of drivers and a lot of casualties happening right now.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. That's not where Valdez wanted to be, and it looks like that's a big pileup or stack up.
Not only that, Travis Valdez has had some bad entries to the S's just even last lap and now this lap. He's lost a lot of time significantly to Josh there and Ali Raza, as Diego Masachero has a good push against... No, that's Ellard Mesa, sorry. As Masachero's ahead again. Ooh, and look at that. Mesa going ahead of Josh Willis and Andrew Pickrell of the Totally Legit Racing team. This is a true battle. That's P10 for him. Oh, no.
Oh.
That is some contact. Is that Travis Valdez contact with Ali Raza? It's hard to maintain a line when you're going super fast like this.
Looks like Raza's playing some hardcore defense here, trying to keep Valdez behind him, and it didn't pay off there.
Oh, as Raza loses... Yeah. He just lost position there.
Pickrell on the inside of Mesa. Oh, there's contact. Oh, everyone's able to keep it straight.
Mesa back in P11. Oh, no! Oh! Oh, God.
I hate to see it. You really do. Josh did not want to see that at all.
He is out in that corner. Ellard Mesa pulls off P8, able to stick the inside of that unfortunate accident with car number 30 of Ali Raza. He goes sideways through that. It's a back end issue.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage done to Josh's car. He's going to have an ill handling car for the rest of this race. There's a lot of race left to go, too. Oh, it's like Walsum side was across in the Melrose Hilton.
And we have Diego Masachero fighting for P6 against Riley Minier, as we have just quickly going to be jumping over to him. We have we have Danny Baisden. He's 3.5 seconds faster than his, or he has a gap of 3.5 seconds against David Carter, his teammate of Area 52 Sim Racing in P2, as well as Joseph Kostovich in P3, that KTM, with Andreas Masachero a second behind him, really attacking P3, with Riley Minier 7 seconds behind in P4. Oh, and Diego Masachero goes ahead of Riley Minier for P5. That was done through copies right out into that straight, that Starkey straight, right before the hangar. That's mighty impressive for the Naps team. At least they're going to be able to hold off a 4-5 finish if they maintain this line. Although Riley Minier is getting kind of close here.
And Mike Burkhoff has made his way up into 12th. He made a great move on Professor Kronitis there going into the S's. I think Chrono gave it to him, but that was definitely a good move by Mike nonetheless.
Hey, and thanks for the 949 Sim Racing hosting us. Really appreciate that. They just had a race going on, and Ed Kerstetter, one of the drivers for the Area 52 team, was unable to join us because he was in the race that was just happening.
Snyder's in the inside pit wall. Him and Mo Vassal got together.
And this is where the battle is happening right now. Diego Masachero has to defend against Riley Minier. Pace for pace, these drivers are matching. Diego Masachero's last lap was 136.8, as Riley Minier's was 137.4. So it's crazy that he's able to stick on him like glue right now, maintaining that draft, because that BMW will pull away in a straightaway. And those tires look like they're off on the side, Morrison. I think Chronotis finally got his wish.
Yeah, I don't believe Chrono hit him, but someone definitely punted those things way off the side of the track. So now you have to worry about track cuts, because even though you can take that corner now basically almost straight, you're still going to get a track cut warning if you cut too close to it. So definitely need to be careful about that. I say it every week. It's true. The track cut warnings are you get 3 of them, and then you have to have a drive-through, and it ends your race.
Absolutely. It ends your race. We've already seen a couple drivers get, I don't know if they get the track cut warning, but they definitely went through the S's incorrectly. But they were slowing down due to, congestion in the S's. So they might not get it if they slowed down enough. BS Galactica 28 says, is this the first or second race? This is the first race. We still got 15 minutes left. Then we're going to be doing a quick practice, 10-minute quali, and then right back into another race. We're here at Donington Park. It's clouds. It's still cloudy. Whelps Cakes. Hey, Mr. Shy Guy, how's it going? Track still optimum. Cloudy. Hopefully we get a race out of this. I'm hoping we do. I would love to see what the Camaros and the BMWs can do in these conditions, how they will fare with the drivers at hand, as we still have Riley Minier just 0.2 off of this driver. Ooh, as we have Ali Raza and Jet Engelmann side by side going through this corner. Looks like Alvarez is going to make that overtake. And Mike Burkhoff, who started in last place, is now in P12. That's an impressive feat for him. It would be even more impressive if he was the only driver that was by himself in that regard.
Jet just had a little bit of incident in the Melbourne corner with Raza. That was not good. The door was not open there for Jet, and he stuck it in, and it was never open, and he kicked it open, and luckily he didn't take off, so he let Raza get back ahead of him, but not an ideal move by Jet. That's going to leave some damage on my car, and it's going to make it not handle well now.
Corsair, it is the first race, 30 minutes. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I just jumped off of it right at the end there. We have Josh Willis next to his teammate Mo Vassell in P18 and 19. Sorry, 19 and 18 and 19. And Provolone.
Burkhoff on the outside of Reggie King going up into McLevin's going up to Copies. Gets it done. That's impressive. That's a hard. It's hard to go around the outside of these corners, and especially that corner. Those two corners are difficult. So Burkhoff now up into 11th from the back.
And everybody that's watching, if there's any issues you find with the picture-in-picture, just let us know. We want to make sure that we're getting the most quality out of this. We're looking at two different drivers that are on right now. That's what you're hearing in the commentary from Morrison, as well as myself when I'm talking about something that's happening directly on screen. We have Andreas Masachero only 3/10 off of his driver in the KTM. That's Joseph Kostovich for the 949 Sim Racing team. Hey, Cardo, how's it going? Did you race in the 949 race, and where'd you end up? Okay, it looks like Josh Willis and Mo Vassell have switched places for P18 and 19. They got a long ways to go. Josh Willis has about a 2.5 seconds off of the driver ahead of him, as well as Ollie Raza is pushing against Beachley now. And Chocolate Slayer, thank you for the follow. Everyone here really appreciates it. He got a drive-through near the end of Sag. Started P1, got into an incident, then a drive-through. That's unfortunate. You know, you hate to see it. You really hate to see it. Never. You never want a drive-through.
Drive-throughs tend to hurt your overall race.
Oh, this could be it. Going to the S's, Ollie Raza's really on the attack on Beachley. He's putting in good laps here. We have Beachley. What is that? Justin Beachley of RHD Racing in the Ginetta puts off a 138.1 as his last lap, as Ollie Raza pulls off a 136.2. So it looks like Ollie Raza's faster, but he's held up by a really good defensive driver. As we even have Jet Engelmann trying to get in on that action.
Those two guys racing in front caused them to slow down, and Jet had a full head of steam off that final corner, but had nowhere to go. Oh, he's going to put the inside of Beachley. It gets it done. I think Beachley kind of gave it to him there.
Yeah, it looked like he gave it to him just a little bit.
Probably give him a surprise on the entry and was like, oh, I'm just going to let that guy go.
Yeah, Carve, was it 747, has had a few incidences. One with Ollie Raza, as well as 3 on his own, which means an incident on your own is basically you going off track or a track warning situation. So that's all it is. Significant off track.
And this is allowing Josh Willis to come back up in here too with all this battling going on. Probably putting in. He's probably driving mad right now. He didn't like getting turned there, so he's probably driving a little mad, and he's
Ooh,
putting in some good laps and getting up here with these guys. Ooh, bravo.
yeah. Josh is definitely one of those drivers that doesn't like when an incident like that occurs that could be avoided. He's definitely going to be trying to pull off and get some good points. As Whelpskate's gifting a two tier 1 subs to Quarto and the Rav Rocket. Thank you, man. That's really awesome. As we have Mike Burkhoff, only 1/10 off of Eric Miller for P10. Now that really is impressive, as we have Ellard Mesa in P7. Well, he's going to get individual driver points. He's that's a mighty impressive race for him to come back from last place and really put himself up there in the points. As Danny Baisden and David Carter of Area 52 Sim Racing, they're going to take the most points away for not only the team but themselves as drivers. And I don't know where the Naps team's going to fall into place after they take this 4th and 5th for the team championship points. Morrison, do you see something happen on screen there? We have car number 55 is a little slow. Oh, he is off. He is off.
Yeah. I believe Mo Vassal just had a small spin. He's dropped off a lot behind Josh, and he was pretty close to him. I didn't know who it was. It wasn't Josh that spun, but I believe it was Mo that spun the back there, but he's going straight again. Oh, yeah, Eric's had a tough day today.
Oh, there we have it. Wow. That was quick. That KTM tried its best. Kosovic was there. He was unable to secure that defense. Andreas Mazzuchelli goes P3.
Oh, Raza went way hard into good in the final corner, and that allowed Jet to get by. Oh, and it looks like Josh has gotten ahead of Beachley as well.
And I think with the tier 1 sub, we have those you hate to see it. You hate to see it emo. That's a good one, yeah.
You hate to see him.
You really do. I mean, when I first started commentating, there was just nothing else to encapsulate what I was looking at on screen when some of the most horrendous actions were occurring, not due to anyone's aggressive stances. It's just racing incidences that you hoped were avoided.
Raza and Jet are going back at it again. These guys can't get away from each other. They're going back on the back straightaway, come up to the S's. And it looks like Raza right now is just barely ahead of Jet, but Jet's on the inside line, and he's not going to back off and keeps the spot. Oh, but he got a bad exit. That allows Raza to get back on, and Raza's going down on the driver's right onto the inside. It's going to pay it off. Got the spot. Jet's going to go on the undercut. Gets a good run off the corner. These two Aston Martins battling down here into the final corner. Roz is on the inside line again. Ooh, brakes a little bit early. Oh, Jet did not let that one go. Jet stayed there on the outside. It's going to cost him on the exit. Roz gets the spot right now. This is a good battle.
We have Ellard Mesa fighting for P6 right now. We have Riley Manier right up against him. They are side by side as they are going through this right-hander. Vivacious, thank you for the sub prime. Awesome, man. Everyone here at Tracklicious really appreciates that. Is that Eric Cassian's right behind these two drivers too? And he is back in I'm not sure.
Eric is dead last, unfortunately, for him right now. He's 2 laps off the pace.
You know what they say, chase time, not tail.
Chase time, not tail.
Oh, wow. Riley Manier goes wide. It looked like he thought he was going to be hit by that driver, but he loses position to Ellard Mesa. Oh, I mean, he really jerked off to the left a little bit. Ooh, that was... Oh, man. one cannot understand what's going through the driver's mind as they go through a corner, but he did not have a good corner, allowing Ellard Mesa to come back, and now he's P6 from last place. He might get driver of the day.
I think he's well earned it. He's kept it very, very clean, no contact at all, and he's drove himself all the way from last up to, where is he right now? 6th place overall. That's a heck of a drive.
Not only a heck of a drive, but he is 11 seconds off of.
Ooh, Provolone making a big move. Mr. Cheese himself. Gets by 3 drivers in one corner. Got by Mo Vassal, Jay Beasley, and Bravo, all in the same corner.
That is impressive driving.
Eventually, he's going to make a comeback on him on the inside, coming up into the Craner curves.
So that is what I don't get. Kostovic is 6/10 off of Andreas Masachero, and as well as Carter. There's only a second off of him. Wow. Andreas Masachero is pushing close. We have Diego. That's where the difference is. Diego Masachero is 12 seconds off of P4, but he's now 2.5 seconds off of Mesa, his teammate. The Naps team is putting themselves back into great position. They would have been a top 5 finish if, one of the drivers didn't start off in the back. Oh, and you can see that. Riley Manier wants one of the Tocos Locos to give him position. This is a blue flag moment. You can see him on screen. There's a couple blue flags waving. There he lets him have it. Andrew Pickerel, the Toilet Racing team, is fighting Travis Valdez, who started up there. He started, P6? He gained several positions off the first opening lap, and then he dropped back down because he's battling Andreas Masachero, both the Masacheros as well as the other drivers.
Well, as it's been going on all day, Jet, Engelman, and Raza have been going back at it back and forth. They were going at it again in turn 1, and Jet carried a little bit too much speed and went wide and gave Raza a good gap now.
He really jerked off to the left a little bit. He really jerked off to... Oh, no. God. I can't even... Okay. Andreas Masachero is still fighting to maintain P3. This is a podium spot for him. Kostovic is really on the attack. We're going through the final lap here. I made the mistake of clicking on the Twitch clip, and I don't know what I said, but I Morrison, don't click the clip. That's all I gotta say. Can't have my commentator look at me differently.
I'm gonna Oh, I know what you said. I heard it.
Okay.
I heard it. I gave a weird looking face. I'm like, oh, I hope no one got that one.
Phrasing, yeah. I didn't even. Oh no. 2/10 off of Andreas Masachero is Joseph Kostovic is really holding it in. Is wondering if he can actually pull off any type of maneuver that's going to secure him a podium spot.
Hopefully he doesn't put himself in a sticky situation.
Yeah. As long as his...
Oh, Wassum, no! Cody Wassum, Constable Cody into the wall for turn 1. You hate to see it.
Into the final lap, you definitely wouldn't want that to happen. Ellard Mesa is only 2/10 off his own teammate. Danny Baston, the Area 52 sim racing, goes fastest overall with the fastest lap. He is P1. David Carter, P2. Andreas, P3. Joseph Kostovic, P4. Diego Masachero, fighting his teammate, might be ending up going P6. Nope, he's just ahead of him. P5 for Diego Masachero, P6 for Ellard Mesa. Riley Manier in P7. T. Valdez is turning that corner. We'll see what happens in Goddard's. He's got a good...
Here we go, Chrono. Chrono's got a good battle going on with King.
That
Chrono's
is
got it so far.
P8 for Valdez. Pickerel goes P9. Mike Burkhoff P10. Eric Miller from P11 for him. Then you have Reggie King going across the line at P13. Chrono gets off P12.
Chrono.
Raza's P14. We have Josh Willis coming out at P15. Engelman 16. Beachley 17. Provolone 18. Mo Vassal 19. Bravo coming across the line at 20. Frias at 21. Snyder going through that final corner. He's probably going to be holding P22, as well as Barrera holding P23. Constable Cody Wassam sitting in the pit lane at P24. Orozco 25. Gukassian of the Beetlejuice team in P26. And there you have it. Those are our winners. Baisden, Carter, and Andreas Massacerdo. Stick with us as we're going to be going into practice. We'll try to get some driver interviews. Boom, boom, boom. Get. I'm just going to drag them. Oh, no. Can you drag this driver? I'm having troubles.
Which driver? Or
Baisden, Carter, and Andreas. I'm going to drag Andreas.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we got the winner, Danny Baisden, with us.
And Andreas Massacerdo. We're going to be just going one at a time. Danny Baisden, you did it. You had a great quali. Fantastic drive. Was there any team orders with you and David, or were you guys just flying out in front, not even worried about anything?
Oh, I don't believe in team orders. I'm a full supporter of running your own race. So Carter, he knows that, and he's gonna fight me whenever he wants to. So no, that was a good race. The Camaro felt great here. I was worried that it wasn't going to be as fast as the BMWs, but felt great.
Well, congratulations. Was there any point during the race where you didn't go through any lap traffic, did you?
Yeah, I went through a couple, but it was great all around. So it was pretty quiet.
That's what you like to hear from a driver that had everything going for him. Morrison, do you have anything to add for Danny?
Well, I'll say for all three, the top three drivers here, you guys did a fantastic race. I certainly enjoyed it from just commentating on it. So I'm sure you guys enjoyed racing it. Hopefully everyone on the stream enjoyed it. So congratulations to all three of you guys. Hopefully best of luck here in the second race.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
David Carter finishing P2. Was there anything you think you could have done differently to get past your teammate, or were you pretty comfortable with the Camaro at this track where it was and how much time you're going to get out of these sectors?
Yeah, no, I had nothing for Danny there. He was just a little quicker. You saw he was, about at least a half second quicker than everybody in qualifying, and that carried through to the race. So no, I had nothing for him. I was just kind of doing my own thing. I got pressure loss on the right side halfway through the race, and then I was just waiting for the two behind to catch me. Luckily, they fought a bit, and so I managed to stay ahead.
Well, congratulations to you. I mean, what a fantastic race. You're able to hold off P3 from at least, I think, 11 seconds. So that's great on you.
Yeah, like I said, hopefully next race I can be a little closer to Danny up there, but otherwise, all good.
If you're wondering what the commentators think, there was about, I think your Sector 2 it would be the biggest position for you to gain a little bit more time to get closer to Danny, as far as what I'm seeing in the statistics.
Okay, noted. Got it.
Yep. Well, thank you, Danny.
You know,
And
quit giving him tips. What are you doing?
thank you.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
Yeah, thank you, Danny Basin. David Carter, we'll move you back to your spot. We can't wait to see what happens during qualifying. Thank you, guys. And we're
Thanks.
going to be talking to Andreas Mascher now.
Thanks, guys.
And Andreas Mascherano, great points for the Naps team. You know, it was a shame to see your teammate start in the back of the grid, but what a drive did he get. If we could do driver of the day, we definitely give it to him, or at least driver of the race, because he came back from last place to P6. That's got to feel good. You guys, you got P3, P5, and P6.
Oh, I mean, it feels amazing, especially with Adler driving the way he is. He's really, really fast on this track. It's a shame that he had to start from, from last, but it is what it is, and we're trying to make the best of it. And hopefully here soon, I can catch up to Carter. I was so close, but my tires were just gone. I don't know if you noticed, but Coasty was really on my ass at the last, I'd say the last 5 minutes. He really, really put in pressure, and my tires were just gone.
You know, absolutely. He did get really close. He was, 2/10 off of you, really pushing against you. So you had tire loss is what actually had allowed him to build up some pace against you.
Yeah, because I was fighting, I believe it was Valdez in the beginning, and then I had to obviously overtake Coasty, but that was an insane battle that we had, and I'm sweating. That was intense. I was trying to hold it together there, and I don't know if I was trying to see his breaking point on that one, and I noticed it, but maybe it was a little bit earlier, and I had to really, really turn the car in on that corner. I was that fast right-hand corner, and I don't know how we both made it. To be honest, that was terrifying. That was
Yeah,
terrifying, but that was really, really fun between us two for sure. He's a great racer.
we definitely saw some, some interesting overtakes from your perspective as well as your brother's perspective. You guys really came out from the midfield of the top 10 to really push into there, and it's great. You got yourself a podium, not only for the team, that's great points, but I mean all three drivers in the top 10. That's gotta feel great, knowing that no other team was able to accomplish that feat at this track on the first race.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm proud of my team. We're a unit, Hopefully, we can continue on through the rest of the season, and keep pushing on to first. But I mean, these guys, Danny and Carter as well, it's just so fast. Bison and Carter, they're so super quick, and
Yep.
congrats on them for podium for sure.
Yeah, and the other thing is do you guys discuss anything through the race when you're talking? Any tips or like any advice or driver team orders?
Really, team orders? Not really. We weren't really in that position. I know my brother was pretty close to me up there in the beginning, but there was nowhere for me to go. So I was just trying to buy some time to find my space and to find my rhythm. I think that's what took me the longest, is to find a consistent rhythm. But once I got it down, I think I was okay. I was up there. I could,
Well,
I think for my brother too. I'm super proud of him. He fucking killed it through the pack and managed to get up there too.
absolutely, but what we saw was like we thought there was going to be a bully situation as Travis Valdez was really trying to hold his own against you guys. And at one point, going down the main straight, you guys were both ahead. You were able to pull away, but Diego actually had to go a couple more laps behind Valdez as they had a little bit of a bump, a bump and grind there. But I mean, it was super impressive.
Oh yeah, Valdez super quick, and his defense was like. It was very, very tough to break that defense, to be honest, and it took me a couple laps, and I lost a lot of tires, but he put up a really, really good fight, and it was fun, man. It was super fun. What a fun race.
Yeah, can't wait to see what you guys do this next race. Good luck on qualifying, Andreas. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Morrison, anything to add as far, not to the drivers as they've all left, but as far as what we're going to be seeing next race from anybody?
I have no idea. It's so hard to tell on where it's. I don't even know where to start. Obviously, these 32 drivers are honestly a class of foot right now. They're just miles ahead of everyone else. Let's see. Hopefully, a couple of the normal TSR guys, Josh and Riley, they can get up there a little bit better. Seems like they had contact there on the first lap, I believe it was, and it kind of derailed Josh's race for sure as he got in wrecks later. So hopefully that doesn't happen in the second one and they can get up there. It's not the most ideal track for the Porsche, but Josh seemed to have high spirits about it. See, Valdez probably, hopefully, he gets a better race this time. Didn't have the best of luck in the first one. Probably got his cage route a little bit. And then we'll see where the Naps guys end up. Obviously, Mesa has to start at the back again, serving a penalty. So we'll see what happens. As looks like Ed Crusader has made his appearance here for race number 2. So obviously, here you go, another guy, another
Yeah,
Area 52
that's what's
Camaro.
going to happen. Is we're going to
Really
see
good.
the Area 52
Dominant.
is definitely going to be at a dominant spot for this next race, as they did not expect themselves to be great at this track in the Camaro, and they just proved themselves wrong by not only being great at the track but being dominant. P1 and 2 for them. And we're going to be jumping over to the Gt4 Team Standings. As you can take a look on screen, we have North American Peruvian Sim Racing Team with 284 points to the name. And then we have Area 52 Sim Racing with 230 points. Bit of an update there is Danny Basin, Ed Kerstetter, and David Carter are part of the Area 52 Sim Racing team. Greendale Community College sits in P3 with 209 points, as Beetlejuice Porsche has 167. Then you got Third Eye Racing in P5 with 161. TWP Racing Alpha with 137. Total Legit Racing Team with 113 points. Flying Lizard Aston Martin has 88 points. The 9 for Night Sim Racing of Joseph Kostovich has 58 points. And TWP Beta has 38. Tokos Local has 35. RHD Racing 24. Inside Spirit Driving with 11. And Hendrick Motorsports with 10 points. Baby Rat 6. Underdog Racing with 3. Going over to the driver standings, we have 200 points to Ellard Mesa, who finished in 6th place. So he's going to be dropping down in the bracket, as Danny Basin has 198 points. With Andreas Mazzucero in P3 with 183 points. Diego Mazzucero in P4 with 162. Josh Willis with 148. Riley Minier with 145. Ed Kerstetter with 115. Kostovich with 106 points. So that's really interesting from the KTM, that because even though he's not doing well in the team standing, he has no other driver on his team. He is performing as a driver already in the top 10, with Sundar holding 100 points. He has missed a couple races, Sundar, so it's unfortunate for him. Andrew Pickerel with 92, rounding out the top 10. And I'll scroll briefly through some of the other drivers, that some of them that are not actually here tonight. Richie Gerolm's not here tonight. And I think, no, Snyder's here. Looks like all these drivers were able to show up today.
Yeah, I believe we're only missing a few. We have a couple more for this race because the 949 race finally ended, so we're able to get Kerstetter here. Luckily, he's able to join us. Valdez is new for this week and possibly the rest of the season. I'm sure he'll want to race with us. Yeah, Richie's the only one I really noticed that's not here. Sundar is also not here this week. I believe that is it, to be honest.
And we are winding down that free practice. We have a minute left before we go into qualifying, and then straight into the main event for this doubleheader. I'm predicting now, Morrison, that this race is going to end up an Area 52, never before seen, full team podium. And if I am wrong, it is because someone's maliciously going to attack them through that corner, that first turn.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. It seems like we'll have to see what qualifying looks like, because I don't know how fast Kerstetter is around here. I'm sure he's just as fast as his two teammates, but yeah, I'm pretty confident on a clean sweep of the podium here for Area 52. I also agree with you that if that doesn't happen, well, it's because there was some severe contact going into the first corner, but hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one.
Again, going on board with Andreas Masachero. He goes through the S's just flawlessly, hitting both of those curbs, really maximizing himself through that chicane. That's brilliant, even through this slow right-hander, the slowest right-hander on the track. Now, really breaking through that Goddard's is where it really stands. Is you want to break before that Pirelli sign, but you also want to like feel it out. You got to know exactly where it's. You can see on the track where the rubber's really hitting the pavement, but some drivers really struggle to maintain that good braking zone each time they go into that corner, making them lose time, especially through qualifying laps.
Yeah, Goddard's is a hard turn to navigate because you're going uphill, slight incline. And like I said, you want to brake before that Pirelli sign, but then you go downhill again. So if you brake, how I always do, I can never get this corner in particular right. When I brake just before the Pirelli sign, but then I feel like I'm slowing down too much, so I get off the brakes to get closer to the corner and then have to hit the brakes again. So I've never, ever once gotten that corner correct. So it is that's probably one of the more difficult corners on the track because you have so much speed coming up to it. You're going uphill, so you're like full throttle, full speed. You brake hard because it's a hairpin, but then you're going downhill again, so you then kind of release the brake and get in there. So it's a very difficult corner.
Where is our main guy here? Baisden did not get out in front. Who are some drivers out there already?
Well, there is a big train coming out, so we'll have all of them out there eventually.
We're going to be on board with... Yeah, this is
High point guy.
Andrew Pickrell. Let's get a good look at him as he's going to be the first driver going across. And that is going to be an interesting train, as none of the drivers that initially went off on quali the first race, the first qualifying, are now going to be sitting in some lap traffic, which could ultimately hurt their chances of getting a high placement.
Yeah, there's definitely not a lot of free space out there at the moment. We have both Area 250 cars right in front of each other. Hopefully maybe they'll give himself a little draft, a little toe here, but I don't think it's going to work out too well for him.
And Eric Cassian had a bit of an incident going up to copies. All right. And Andrew Pickrell going through his flyer. I want to hop on board and see how this driver takes this this approach. Got some lap traffic from his teammate, Chronotis, but he's going to let him by because that is the driver on his out lap. Oh, and 24 minutes ago, I did not see this, but Mr. RLR25, thank you for the follow if you're still here. I really appreciate that. Everybody here at Tracklicious Sim Racing in the commentators booth really enjoys that people are coming to watch, as well as hopefully they don't mind our commentary. And that clip that is now making me think about my words before they
Let's not talk about it. We'll just move on.
Yep. Oh,
You weren't here for it. Sorry, you missed out.
I don't know if Andrew went through that as cleanly as you'd want to. He didn't really eat that inside curb on the first left-hander. Not that you want to hit those tires, but you want to be really close.
You really want to skim across with your left mirror there. That's how close you want to get.
And then for this driver going across, he is going to be holding P1 for a little bit. It's a 136.3 out of him. Reggie King across with a
Like the,
136.8. Roscoe with a 139 flat. And Travis Valdez.
Area 52 guys. Yeah, the Area 52 guys played nice to each other right here. They were all 3 of them in a row, and they all let Ed Kerstetter get ahead.
And that's a 135.6 out of Travis Valdez. As I'm gonna be now pulling up the race control and dropping out of picture-in-picture just for the qualifying. Travis Valdez, provisional pole right now, but it's gonna drop at any point. Josh Willis with a 135.6. Kostovich with a 135.4. Andreas Massachero with a 135.5. Wow, he is coming in. Diego Massachero with a 135.8. Ali Raza with a 136.1. Mike Burkhoff joined race at the start of the last race with a 136.4 out of him. Where are these drivers? Danny Baisden, he's going off on another lap right now. We'll just sit on board him. As none of the Area 52 have qualified so far, but they're already doing better than their Delta times from the last run. Josh Willis and Travis Valdez go across again, but they are positive on their Delta, so they are not going to see improvement on their position. Chet Engelman goes across with a 136.9. David Carter with a 135.1. 9.6 out of him. He holds P1 right now. Kostovich is going to be going across the line, as well as Daniel Baisden, both up on their Delta times. Or negative. Danny Basin goes across with a 134.9. Kostovich crosses the line with a 135.2. Wow. Constable Cody Wassum's going around that corner, and he's actually off his time by a second and a half. And he crossed the line only went P5 or 15. Another driver that might be held up a little bit from some. Looks like. Oh no, yeah. Travis Valdez lost a lot of time going through that corner. That hairpin. He is not going to be able to improve upon his flyer. He still has 3 minutes and 17 seconds. It's a couple more laps to go. We have David Carter of the Area 52 Sim Racing. He's going to be crossing shortly. Where is Kerstetter? I don't see his time. He has not crossed.
He is right behind Carter. He's coming on the front stretch right now.
Carter goes to 134.8 as Kerstetter pops through.
135.3.
Oh, that was weird. He didn't show up. Yeah, he's holding P5. Danny Basin goes across with a 134.6, going faster than his teammate. Area 52 holding the top 5 right now with all 3 drivers. There's a driver that is off track. That is Jet Engelman there. And if you're looking at the red on screen, that is positive. It is positive time. Invalid laps for the red on the lap. They are going through an invalid. A lot of drivers in their Delta time. If it's red, it means that they're not going faster but slower. The green is good. Ali Raza is good. Oh, wait. Diego Massachero is almost 3/10 off his time. Doesn't look like he has a lot of traffic ahead of him for him to stay and improve this time. He is P9, but with this being said, he holds the same time as Josh Wills with a 135.817. Wow, that's an impressive time. And Vulcan Bakirdan, hey man, thank you for the people showing up. As Diego Masachero goes ahead, he's only going to be able to improve P7 off that time. That is only 2 positions, but 2 positions means all the difference in this race, as we've already seen from the last race. That could be all the time you need to really push through P that first lap there. Hey Soren, hey Vulcan, how's it going? And could it be possible that Travis Valdez is also going through? No, he has clean air right now, and he's just not able to improve upon his time, as he is now negative. Doing great, man. This is the second race of the doubleheader. I have Morrison with me if he wants to say hey. We are just commentating on our GT4 doubleheader for this Thursday night. And Morrison might be away. Well, we have the fastest driver on track right now in the pit lane, because he knows that Camaro is going to hold the top spot with a 134.4. David Carter with a 134.7. Andreas Masachero unable to get better off that. Diego Masachero a little bit faster, but not enough to make the difference. He's going to be P7. Hitting that Pirelli sign, just a sign of frustration. Yeah. Danny Baisden did win. No. We are at the end of this this race. We only have a couple drivers left, and it looks like some third-eye drivers are the only ones left on this qualifying before it ends. Yeah, Danny Basin, P1, David Carter, P2, and Andres Masachero, which is the qualifying finish, and they are all in the top 3 in the same positions they finished last race. So only a few drivers left before we go into the final race. And you know what's interesting is Andreas Masachero is actually fastest through Sector 1, beating out Danny Baisden. Not by much, but by enough. But Danny Baisden's fastest through Sector 2 and 3. There you have it.
And I hate to say it, Julie, but you were wrong there. The Area 52 did not get the sweep for the qualifying, at least.
I wasn't saying they're going to get the sweep. I'm saying that they're going to get the pole finish. I'm saying that Kersetter is going to jump ahead of Kosovic and Masachero, and we're going to see a train of Area 52 as we'll push out so we can get a good look at these liveries here. And there you have it, the Area 52s. Just want to make sure that everything looks right. Ginetta, definitely, I feel some pain for the Ginetta. It's a difficult car to drive, but definitely seen some good drivers out of it. How's it going, Jonathan? Sir Folk. Got Andreas Masachero sitting in P3 with Kosovic in the lawnmower with it's a go-kart. And that 9 for 9.
Kart.
Yeah, it's a go-kart that he takes out on track next to these other drivers. And you can clearly see where he's at. This is his level.
A question here for everyone in the stream. To everyone in the stream, do you think Alvarez says Ginetta in a weird way? Because I think he's saying it in a very different way.
Ginetta?
It's Ginetta.
Ginetta. Yeah, it's Ginetta.
Ginetta.
As you're looking at another Naps driver there, and then we have Travis Valdez in P8, and then that's Riley Manier in P9 of the Greendale Community College. Take a good look at that livery as we still have time before this session starts. Yeah, thank you for the follow, Homeschool Racer in Senior Merciless. Really appreciate that, guys. What does he call the KTM? The KTM. A go-kart. That's what Kosovic calls it. Hey, and Soren, thank you for the follow. Soren 315. Jason Provolone, who's sitting in P11. Let's hope he can make something happen this time. He had a really rough race, some contact that really dropped him back in the spots there. It's another Greendale Community College livery here. Take a good. Is it the Expo, the crossbow? I mean, you should just call it I would call it the Expo. The Expo. And totally Jit Racing. Do you call it the Expo or the crossbow?
I think it's called the Expo for legal like in real world. I think it's called the Expo.
Well, did you say world wrong?
World probably. I don't know.
And here we have.
I had a long day today.
Yeah, I didn't really do anything. And then you have what is that? P17 Jet Engelman. Yeah. As well as
what's Jet's full name?
Jet Engelman, aka Elroy Jetson's Space Cowboy, aka livery legend himself, the Tennessee Tornado. There you go. That is it. That's a nice wins, Janetta. God, not even. I think going towards the back. Couple of the Tocos Locos team. You can see a nice little taco lifting off right there. As we are starting this out lap, here's the Beetlejuice team. And this part really is a horrifying factor. That's Mitch McConnell. All Mitch McConnell. I don't know who would do that, but there you have it. As Ellard Mesa has to start from the back of the field, having had a qualifying ban for the incidences that occurred at Olton Park 2 weeks ago. Thank you, Vulcan. I really appreciate that. I think everybody here tries to do their best at providing good, clean racing for everyone to enjoy, as well as just commentating on it. So that way we can get a good after video of everything that happened, or most of what happened.
Yeah, we definitely try not to put ourselves in sticky situations.
See that teal, green, and purple Area 52. If they could pull off the first ever that I'm aware of, a 1-2-3 finish by a team. It was super close for the Naps team sitting in the red striped BMW there. They were super close to pulling it off themselves, but they've only been able to pull off, top 10 finishes. But every team or most teams have been able to pull off that sort of scenario. And because these are GT4 cars, we do a full formation lap just because you really want to get some heat in those tires before we start the race. Especially going into any, I think there are a lot of tracks that turn one is a nightmare, but it could be even worse if you didn't actually go through a full formation before this rolling start.
Especially in the GT4 cars, because they have no tire warmers, so the tires are extremely cold. So the full formation lap gives all the drivers a good opportunity to get the tires nice and warm. And so when we do go into the first corner, we don't have any incidences.
I hope, Morrison, that wasn't a commentator's curse there, as we are almost underway here going through this final left-hander, Goddard's. Danny Baston is on the inside. But as he said in his race, his post-interview, there are no team orders. It's every driver for themselves. And we are green. We're going to be going off of the first couple drivers here, as Kosovic is already being passed by Kerstetter. on that inside line. So Andreas holds his line. There goes Diego Masachero passing the go-kart there, or the lawnmower. As Kersetter's also pushing against the other Masachero. And it is super clean so far.
Yes, there was no commentator's curse there because they made it all for the first turn, no problem.
Still clean, but Kersetter just passed Diego. Ooh. Andreas is P2, but now he has two AR-52s on the back of him. This is already starting off to be exciting. Oh, and that was Andreas that clipped the tire well there. Oh, and look at that. Diego Masachero goes up on the inside onto Kersetter there. And oh, no. There's Riley Manier sideways for a second. Gets bumped. And Ali Raza has a drive-through penalty already. And there's Kersetter again, attacking that inside line. Oh, and that is a little bit of a bump. He's just showing. Oh, and Raza's going down the field as he is going to serve his time penalty. And while they're all battling, that lawnmower is still sitting there in P6. He's going nowhere. Joseph Kostovich in the KTM 949 sim racing team community. Sorry.
Meza in the back hasn't made much ground in the first lap. He's still pointing first, so it was kind of a crazy first lap. Everybody was all over the place. He wasn't able to make as much ground as I know he had hoped for, but he's still in it.
Yeah, only a couple positions. Yes, homeschool racer. Yes, this is the Tracklicious Sim Racing event. Oh, as Kostovich goes in on the... They're side by side. Goes in on the inside. I don't know if he's going to be able to maintain this line going through it, though. It looks like he pulls it off. Diego goes behind. That is a clean overtake by Kostovich. Going after. Josh Willis is going to try to have a go at this as he is sitting there in P7 in that tool livery you see behind the red stripes. Oh, look at him go off the side. This is something I haven't seen before. A driver. Oh, no. He tapped that KTM. He is... Oh, God. Diego from P6 down. Oh. Well, Morrison.
I really hate to see it.
You really hate to see it. There are no mandatory pit stops for these double headers. There are mandatory pit stops for all of our endurance races or our long-term stints. Yeah, this is the Tracklicious Sim Racing main event. We have a GT4 series, a GT3 series, and a Porsche Cup series right now. Porsche Cup's on Saturday, and the GT3 series is on Sunday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Diego losing a lot of positions there, and as well as
there's action all over the place right now. We have Jet Engelman up on the backside of Professor Cronitis here, and Wastom's not far behind them. Just ahead of them, we have battle for well, it was a battle for 10th. With Burkhoff and Ray. Seems to have settled itself out now. Further in the back, I was think Jay Barrera, or Ray Barrera, had a little bit of a cross up coming out of the come out of the final front straightaway now. Someone's all figured it out. That was a chaotic couple corners there.
And as it stands, we have Andrew Pickerel holding P12, pushing against Ray Frias in P11. We have a lot of drivers that are literally 3/10 off of each other. Some, 1/10 off of the next driver ahead of him. This line is all battling it out for position. Getting in that top 10 really secures better points for the team, as well as trying to get into the top 20, as the top 20 will get team points as well as driver points, which could be the difference for any of the teams to secure a good finish for the team championship.
And
oh no!
for those watching, if you didn't know, in the teams of 3, only 2 competitors actually, the top 2 only get points for the team.
But every driver gets points for themselves.
Every driver gets points for themselves. For the team championship, it's only the top 2 out of the 3.
So you could only successfully get a 1-2, or like a 2-3, or a 1-5. That's how it works. Whoever's the top.
For the team.
Yeah, for the team. As we have both Area 52s slightly behind their teammate. They're 3.5 seconds off. Kersetter's this furthest one back in that purple Camaro. All 3 drivers. As long as Andreas Masachero does not make a mistake and really holds his lines and just maintains clean racing, this could be just a slightly imperfected, race. You'd want to see that 1, 2, 3, not personally, but just aesthetically. Area 52 taking all 3 podiums would be next level.
It'd be very impressive. It's never been done, as far as my knowledge goes, in for the team. So having a team sweep both podium places would be very, very impressive. Oh, the car off. Who was that?
Mo Vassell, car number 49, is off track going through the old Starkey's Bridge.
It's very unfortunate for Mo. He had not the best first race, but he had a solid one to say. He hadn't been around in a few weeks, I want to say, so it's good to see Mo back there not having the best of luck in the second race. And Mesa's on the chart. He's up to 15th.
Oh, you're taking a look at that?
Constable Curry Watson.
And that is Ellard Mesa of the Naps team, the 3rd BMW. And it looks like his teammate, Diego Masachero, is in P21 after that incident that occurred with Kosovic going through the main straight into that right-hander. He went off track to try to gain the inside.
The stewards will be looking at that post-race to find out who was at fault for that.
And Sir, I'm not going to say that. I don't know if I'm going to say that right. Sir says, I would like to say that looked like an off-track overtake more than anything else. Yes, it did look like that. That's truly what he was going for, but that should have been a track limit penalty or warning that he was receiving in game, because I think at one point all 4 tires were off because he hit the Pirelli sign. And then we have Mike Burkhoff, P10. He's attacking Travis Valdez and Provolone. Look at that. He gets a really great exit out of that, but it's not enough to go against Valdez, who has been pretty good at defending. He did defend against the Naps team for quite a bit. Pickerel, they're 3 wide right now. They definitely can't take 3 wide through Goddard's as Pickerel goes behind him again. And there you have it, Mike Burkhoff ahead of Travis Valdez. And going back at our race leads, Denny Baisden has got a 4-second gap from his teammate, or from Andreas Masachero in P2. And David Carter, who's in P3, is really on the attack. the red stripes. Oh, look at him go off the side.
Seems like this battle here for 10th is not let up at all. Burkhoff's ahead of all of them. Valdez is right up behind Burkhoff, and then Pickrell's up behind Valdez, and then Ray's up behind Pickrell. Seems like 4 drivers going for the same spot.
Oh yeah, they have similar pace, so it's no wonder to see that happening. Just reviewing the clip, and thank you for that, Soyas. I think Soyas. I don't know exactly how to say that. For pulling the clip, so he doesn't hit the Pirelli sign, but he hits one of the braking markers, one of those white little braking markers, fully off track through the straight.
Oh, there was some contact in the back. Looks like Valdez got into Burkhoff just a little bit. No one spun around, which is a good thing, but there's definitely some contact there. And behind all these guys, guess who's coming up?
Alvarez Mesa.
Caught up to the back of Ray here. He's in 13th overall right now, looking to possibly gain like 4 spots here if these guys make a mistake. They're definitely racing hard. Oh, Burkhoff is around. Pickrell is off into the dirt with him.
That's several drivers. Mesa maintains that clean line. Jumps to P11.
I didn't see the beginning of that. Looks like maybe Valdez got into the back of Burkhoff, possibly. Either way, it did not end up well for Burkhoff. And Pickrell had nowhere to go. Pickrell was right behind Burkhoff when Burkhoff was spinning back up the track. So
Mike Burkhoff, car number 72, it states at 11:39 replay. No, sorry, yeah, at 11:39 in the session time, car number 72 had an incident with Andrew Pickrell, car number 33. It's not always the case that the driver that comes up first is the instigator, but car 72 looks to be the incident starter for car 33, but it could have been quite the opposite.
yeah, he was definitely backwards when Pickrell finally got there. So we'll have to look back and maybe find a replay to see what happened there. But that was definitely bad luck for Mike Burkhoff. Good luck, however, for Mesa, because Mesa was able to pass most of those guys as well with Ray. Ray is up into 10th place. Mesa from the back is all the way up to 11th. And he's all over Ray right now. Ray did a good defensive job into the final corner. Slow exit. Mesa's got the better run coming on the main straight. It's on the wrong side of the track. That needs to be on the inside. But let's see if Mesa can stick it up around the... Oh, yeah, he can.
And where's that really sitting at, Mesa?
Right
Ray
He's
Frias
11th
is
right now, battling.
yeah, his last lap time that was 1:37.3, and Mesa's was 1:37.2, barely a tenth off these drivers. So,
And Mesa got around Ray on the Craner curves for 10th place now. So we're coming up on halfway, and Mesa's made about half the field, passed about half the field so far.
and we don't have any major gaps from where Mesa's sitting right now. He is 7 seconds behind. Oh no, he is 21 seconds behind the race lead, and only a couple seconds off P9, as well as 7 seconds off of P8 for those drivers. And then rain, bless RNG, Senor Merciless says, I wish it was going to rain. That would have been so perfect. It would have been fitting for it being in the United Kingdom right now that this would be a rainy time. As Travis Valdez has a drive-through penalty. That just popped up. Oh, that is unfortunate for him. He is off on the side too, even losing more places, dropping down to only P11, but it's gonna be further the moment he goes in to serve that time.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
There he goes.
Wonder if that was a
Wow, and he has a lot of damage on that front end. He is clearly a driver that has some place to make up.
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
All right, halfway through. David Carter still hasn't been able to get anywhere on this overtake. as we have Ed Kerstetter and Joseph Kostovich really in a drive of their own. As Kerstetter pulled away from his teammate Carter, Kostovich is right on the back end of him. But this fight is really in sitting in the top 20. So we have Diego Masachero trying to fight back again. He's from 21st place. He is back down to 18th.
Yeah,
And-
he has not made the ground that he wants to. He's no luck right now for Diego. As Jet Engelman, though, is all over the back of Constable Cody Wassam going into the S's. Looks like Cody got a better exit there. Goes defensive. Gets back online. Jet can't do anything with him there, and that's first hairpin.
Okay, so it looks like in the picture-in-picture contact, it looks like Andrew Pickerel's on the outside, and there's a driver that is gone sideways. And that was Mike Burkhoff. And you can't even tell because it skipped slightly. It looked like maybe he got hit on the back end, and then both drivers were collected in that incident. That would be the best case. As Ellard Mesa pulls ahead of Jason Provolone, taking P8. God, this is such an impressive feat for this driver. Coming back from the backfield, not able to, do a qualifying lap as he had a quali ban for both races. And there's not going to be any incidences that people are going to report on this driver, as he has done nothing but played it clean.
Yep.
And
so the penalty points will disappear after this week, as he's had. Oh, we still have another 12 minutes. We don't know yet, but assuming Mesa keeps it clean for the rest of this race, the penalty points will clear themselves as a penalty served for having a clean race. So by the time we go into our next event, they'll be able to qualify again and start up front. And
while we were, looking at separate things happen, we have Ed Kerstetter got passed by Joseph Kostovich of 949 Sim Racing. And there you have it. We're not going to be able to see that. I mean, anything's possible, and you definitely hate to see it, but that Area 52 full podium finish is definitely not in the cards right now. Might have gotten tapped first, or that he lost it onto the grass and overcorrected. We're going to need a full replay to really know. Yeah, that if we could see that inside line on what happens when he's going through that corner, we would definitely know for certain whether or not that was the case.
Tell you what, Jet Engelman's got some speed around this place. He has been on the back of Cody Awesome now for a good, 4 laps now, and he has not lost any ground to him. And they are closing in on Ray ahead of him.
Well, those two drivers are very, very familiar, as they were former teammates. And so they know how each other would react in these scenarios of overtakes and how to defend. So it's going to be very tricky for them to make any sort of gain occur, especially since Constable Cody Wassam is a very clean, fair driver who's not going to try to put it in on the inside and see where his nose takes him.
No, Cody's very, very precise on where he puts his car. He knows how to race clean and how to race hard at the same time, and that's very, very deadly for everyone else in the field.
Oh, and it looks like
Nice.
Danny
Oh, was a little wide.
Danny Basin had, I think, maintained his line, but one of the Tocos Locos drivers went off slightly going through that. That's car number 3. As he is full steam ahead, going through some lap traffic now, as he has passed Eric Gakassian and Santiago Orozco. Andreas Masachero holding P2, still with David Carter on the back of him.
still liking your odds-on favorite for a Area 52 sweep?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. It would have been nice.
I don't think so. I think Masachito is far too quick to. He's quick enough ahead of Carter and Kerstetter. Basin's on a whole nother level right now.
Yeah, he's got a full 5-second gap, but that's still a gap that no one's going to be getting close to. Even though these drivers, Andreas Masachero just did a 135.499, and Basin did a 135.433. So even if he's not, a tenth quicker, he's half a tenth off, and that's all he needs to continue pushing slightly away. But David Carter only getting a 135.6. He's, 2/10 off the driver, which really shows that he's 7/10 off right now. He's not going to be pulling in that gap if he can't find a good spot. Ray Frias is P10 with the 2/10 off of Jason Provolone.
Yeah, he's all over the back of Jay. Oh, as Eric Gukassian goes off on the old hairpin. Took out one of the braking markers. And then behind Ray, we have a battle for.
Oh, wow. Andrew Pickrell
12th with
just overtook.
Pickrell and England.
Yeah, Pickrell just overtook.
Oh, he did.
Jet Engelman there going through that. What is that? The old. Or is it the Starkey's Bridge?
Yes, that's after old hairpin. Now they're in. Coming onto the back straight. Starkey straight. Ray is still chasing down Jason Provolone. The big cheese.
Oh, that I never. That's one that I never fixed. Jason Provolone looks blue to me, and you have the correct livery there on the picture-in-picture screen. If anyone's wondering what that difference is.
The lovely TWP Racing Aston Martins.
In the pink, yeah. I just.
My favorite liveries on the grid by far.
What? I don't. That's just
Yes,
not
absolutely.
Even, I would not.
Only saying that I got flack for it last time when I said it. I'm not gonna keep saying it.
It's definitely not the case. But we have a lot of great liveries here, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Look at David Carter cutting the chicane. Sorry, that apex, but like hitting the grass there, and it doesn't slow him down at all. As you can see, Masachero did not have that luxury going through that corner.
Oh no, Chrono. Off into the dirt. Let's Barra get by. Allows Bravo to close in with Mo Vassal and Beachley behind him.
Oh no, I just saw the report. Fingers crossed. What report is that? Vulcan?
Ray Frias all over the back of Jason Provolone going into the final corner. Ray really wants to get by Jason Provolone here. I think he's... Oh, Provolone sideways on the exit. It's going to cost him time to give Ray a run. Looks like Ray's looking to the inside on driver's right.
They're neck and neck.
Gonna send it deep. Ooh. Clean so far. Clean on the exit. Oh, it looks like Ray's got him. That's great racing right there.
Ooh, and Beachley has a time-through penalty. That's unfortunate for him. He's already in... He's in P23 right now. Oh, look at the speed that Provolone is sending in on that driver.
Oh. They're side by side on the exit coming up to Starkey's Bridge.
He definitely doesn't want to give him this position lightly, as he's now P9 holding it together. Vulcan, the incident report from our 9for9 race we had. Yikes. You definitely don't want to see that happen. Ellard Mesa is a 10th off of Josh Willis. Is he going to try to get him through the S's? He does not. But he has a great exit, and that BMW pushes ahead side by side. He's got speed. Is he going to be able to take it through this inside corner? Josh is really wide right now. Oh, perfect execution from Ellard. But Josh has some speed. He's still stuck behind Mesa. And there goes Mesa, overtaking Josh Willis. I think he's going to be able to hold on to the position. Mesa now P7 from the back of the grid. I think we could award this driver of the session as well as driver of the doubleheader. He has done nothing but show, a masterclass in starting from the back, and now he's in the top 10.
And he's done it with very little incidents too that have given him positions. I know there was a couple in the first race, and then there was the incident between Burkhoff and Pickrell that gave him some few spots. But other than that, Mesa has literally drove through the field, passing every car on his own. Cleanly.
And while he does that, he still has a second and a half off. No, that 5 seconds off of Riley Manier.
As Diego Masachado still makes his way back up the field after being in that incident early on. He's right behind Snyder. Snyder was getting really good lately here in the Audi. I know they did that endurance race on Sunday, and I don't believe it went their way, but Snyder's gotten a lot of confidence in this Audi. I believe that is the closest battle on the field right now. The field's a little spread out. Danny Baisden with a humongous, it's a 3-second lead over Masachado, and then looks like David Carter's right on the back of Masachado. And then a 6-second gap to Kostovich, a 3-second gap back to Kerstetter from there.
And already we have Ellard Mesa pulling off of a second off that time, getting closer to Riley Manier. As Riley Manier's time was a 136.2 and Ellard Mesa was a 135.1. The pace of Ellard Mesa has been strong as he's pushed through this field, and you can definitely see that he could be faster than Kerstetter and Manier as they are pulling off 136s on their last. And their best time doesn't outbeat Ellard Mesa's best time. He's got a 134.9. He's the only other driver on track right now to pull off a 134 as their best lap. And that is Danny Basin, who's holding P1 with a 134.6 as his best lap. So he's going to get the fastest lap of the day as long as no one overtakes him on that. We still have 1 minute and 35 seconds left on the race, but I doubt anyone with the tire set they have right now, they're going to pull off something like that.
Nobody even came close to the 134s in qualifying except for Danny Baisden, so I don't believe anyone's going to get it here. As we go back to Diego Masachado, look on the outside of Snyder going into McLevin's. It didn't work out. They're going to go up to Copies next. Looks like he's going to look on the inside. Nope, nothing there. Snyder covers it off beautifully. Up onto Starkey straight. Looks like I think the Audi's going to have the better straight line speed.
And look
of course,
at
Diego
that.
has some of the damage.
Well, we're on the final lap. Riley Manier is able to reel in Kerstetter as Kostovich is ahead of, ahead of him by like 6.5 seconds. It's insane to think. Or no, 3.5. Mesa's only 3.5 seconds behind those drivers. He's not going to be able to make up the time in one lap, but that is truly impressive driving for Mesa, as well as Kostovich, who is still holding P4 right now and qualifying in the top 5. I mean, what an insane drive for Joseph Kostovich in the that lawnmower / go-kart with wheels. It's really the contention of this driver right here, David Carter, who's 0.2 off of. Oh, he was P2. He was able to get ahead. Right here, he does it. They have a little bit of contact. Oh, and there you have it. David Carter's still ahead. Oh, does he give him back the position? because he thinks he did something wrong. That might have been the case because Masachero takes it without question. Danny Basin crosses the line. P1 for him. That is some big points for the Area 52 team as Andreas Masachero goes across P2 and David Carter P3. Kosovic rolling across the line at P4. Ed Kerstetter at P5. Riley Manier in P6. Ellard Mesa P7. Josh Willis at P8. And then a whole host of drivers. We're going to have Ray Frias. That's Third Eye getting 2 drivers in the top 10 there. Great job for them. As well as Constable Cody Wassam rounding out the top 10 with another team that gets 2 drivers in the top 10, as well as 2 teams getting, actually one team getting a top 3 drivers in the top 10, and then 2 for the Naps. And then Andrew Pickerel at P11, Engelman at 12, Provolone at 13, Reggie King at 14, Mike Burkhoff at 15, Ali Raza is in 16. Diego only is able to get to P17 from his error earlier in the race as Snyder crosses at 18. Barrera at going to be definitely going across at 19. I don't see Chronotis being able to make a...
He's on the inside
wow.
of the exit.
This is close. Not enough, but P20 for Chronotis, Mo Vassal at 21, Bravo at 22, Eric Miller 23, Beachley 24, Roscoe 25, and Gukassian at 26. What a race. Stay with us. We have... we're going to be trying... Maybe we can pull in those drivers. It's going to be Carter, Andreas, and Danny Basin again, who held P1, 2, and 3 from last race. They come home to win it again for their teams. And look at that. We're going to start with our race winner here. Danny Basin pulling off another masterclass on driving. You thought you were going to have some difficulties coming into this race initially with this track, and there you have it. You hold P1 for both races. You didn't have Ellard Mesa on the back of you, but you did have Andreas Masachero. Were you at all worried through this race?
I mean, you always have to keep an eye out on quick guys. So from time to time, as I was coming across the line, I was taking a look at the lap times that Andreas was doing, and I was just trying to manage tire pressure loss and also manage a gap. So no, it wasn't just run away and have fun. I was still doing work trying to stay ahead. So. All in all, it was a great race, though.
You also had another an amazing performance in quali, and so does your teammate. Right off the bat, did you feel any pressure because there was a close gap before you were able to break away after a couple laps? Was there any pressure that you felt extra during that time?
No, at the first initial laps, I really wanted to just maintain my tires because I knew they were still low, and if I was going to use the curbs, I was going to destroy them, and I should have just went for it anyway because it didn't help. But yeah, I mean the gap doesn't matter. I've lost races on my own will before, and you always got to stay focused on what you're doing. As Coach Carter. Our Coach Cardo would always tell me is remember your breaking points. So he was yelling in my head the entire race.
Oh, was he? Yeah, because we definitely have him here on stream talking. Was there anything that your teammates gave any advice towards while you guys were racing, or was it pretty quiet?
It was pretty quiet, and I think Carter had a great battle with Andreas there, and I know Coasty and Ed had a great battle as well. So I think it was an all-around great race. Just looking forward to the next one.
Oh, absolutely. You guys made some amazing points. I did try to predict that it was going to be a 1-2-3 finish for the Area 52, but when I saw Andreas make some, powerful moves right off the start on that opening lap, it really hurt my confidence, as well as Kostovic being able to split Kersetter away from you guys. It's still brilliant. You still got, the 1 and 3. You just did a 1 and 2. So congratulations, Danny. Really appreciate your time. Morrison, you have anything to add for Danny?
A great race as always. You got out front and just walked away with it, which is impressive. I mean, you've done it 3. This is your 4th win or 5th win now. Like, it's just incredible how you can come in here and just walk the field. Great race as always, especially to the other 2 drivers. Andreas had a really great race today in both races, and so as well as David Carter. You guys just killed it. Loving every bit of these races so far. So good job to you guys.
Thanks. And I gotta say, Mesa, even though he had a qualifying ban, give him props because he came back through the field quite a bit and he was pushing hard. So looking forward to battling with him again.
Absolutely. He came from last place on both races, and he managed to finish P6 for the last race and P7 for this one. So what an impressive run for him, but he definitely needs to be up there for qualifying to help out his team push against you guys. Make you really sweat for your wins.
I'm looking forward to it.
And starting with going on to P2, Andreas Massachero, brilliant first lap. I think it was really great to watch you maintain your pace, but not only maintain your defense against David Carter there. Where did you find the speed on this one versus the last race?
I think the first sector, I think it was maybe a little bit quicker than Carter, but it was tough because I was kind of driving, and I do this to myself all the time. I'm pretty sure everyone does it as well from time to time. You drive with the rear view mirror, and at some points, I would lose focus because I would be looking up and trying to see where he was going to go. Overall, it was a fantastic race. Carter, good race, man, and congrats to Bison for sure.
Well, awesome, Andreas. Morrison, do you have anything to add for him?
As always, great race. Enjoy having you guys here for this. Yeah, I think if Mesa, he had a clean race today as far as I'm aware, so he'll get rid of those penalty points and be up there qualifying with you guys next week. So he definitely got driver of the day because in both races he was able to come up there through the field with literally no incident at all. So that's really good for him. So hopefully, next week he'll be up there with you guys and stink up the show with you.
Yeah, not only that, Andreas Massachero, you're holding P4 in the driver standing, so that's got to be feel good for the points, as well as like being able to bring some big points back for the team, knowing that your team and the Area 52 team are battling out for the team championship as well as the driver championship.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just hopefully we can get some clean races next time, and all 3 of us hopefully be up on the top spots there. But Area 52 is, I was sandwiched, and good race to you guys. Honestly, great racing.
Hey, thanks, man. You too.
Yep, and then heading into P3 on the podium is David Carter. What a fantastic race for you as well. You were really pushing against Andreas the entire time. At what point did you feel that you weren't going to be able to, catch him, or was it just always you're hoping that there was going to be a sector that he maybe slipped up where you could make the tents come forward?
Yeah, there were only a couple moments where I thought I might have a shot. It was interesting watching, the ebb and flow of the BMW versus the Camaro. The BMW has just amazing straight line speed, but the Camaro is really good on the brakes and really good through the slow speed stuff. So, he would kind of pull away from me in the first sector, and then I'd kind of catch up with him in the second. He'd pull away again in the third, and then I'd catch up with him sort of right at the end of the lap. It was a really good race. I definitely sort of made me think about him. Made him think about me behind, and it was a really good race. I tried something at the end, but it was a little late, and yeah, it was a really good race. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, just a little late. Was there in about that end moment, was it something that you knew that you had to give the position back? Is that what ended up happening there?
Yeah, it was pretty close. It was 50-50 ish. When you get too heavy into the ABS in these heavy GT4s, they kind of just want to go straight. So, I'd say I missed the corner by maybe, or missed the apex by a foot or two. And I felt, he had put up a good defense the whole race. I didn't want to sort of rob him on the last couple corners with an iffy move.
Well, that only just goes to show you that you guys are a masterclass of driving as well as sportsmanship. Do really appreciate all your guys' driving as well as, your time that you spent here talking to us. Thanks again. And if there's nothing more, Morrison, I think we can let them go back to their respective spots.
Yeah, I got nothing for you guys. You guys did a great race today. I'm super excited about today. So yeah, you guys are free to go whenever you want to. Jay, this was a phenomenal race today. Incredible racing all the way around. Not too many incidences, which is a good thing. And I'm looking forward to next week for sure.
Yeah, and there you have it. Thank you again to everybody that came out here. And that's the GT4 race that we're wrapping up for this doubleheader. But we'll be back for next Thursday at 9 Eastern Standard Time. And then we have our Porsche Cup race on Saturday. That's coming up. And then we have the GT3 that championship is going to be really exciting. That's going to be over like 30 to 40 drivers in that race alone. So that should be really chaotic, but also really fun. And that's on Sunday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So thank you again to Morrison for joining me in the commentating booth. And this is Trackless Sim Racing signing off. But while we're still here, I'm just gonna end up raiding out to another their spot. You definitely gotta hire a coach there, Naka. That's how you do it.